They sold it as convenience. They labeled it efficiency. But a forensic audit of the ghost ledgers reveals a darker objective. The 15-minute city isn't a neighborhood. It's a capture protocol. A multi-trillion-dollar systemic heist designed to extract the final asset you have left, your biometric identity. In this digital panopticon, your face becomes your key, and your every movement becomes their currency. This isn't urban planning. It's information laundering on a global scale. Level 2 clearance initiated. I am the Sentinel, and today we audit the Smart City Trojan to the end of the line.
Let's look at the technical architecture. A smart city is not a city in the traditional sense. It is a distributed sensing grid. In a normal city, the infrastructure is passive. A road is just a road. A lamppost is just a lamppost. But in the Smart City Protocol, every piece of infrastructure is an actor. Every streetlight is equipped with facial recognition. Every apartment is fitted with a smart meter that audits your energy usage in real time. Every sidewalk is a pressure-sensitive data collector. They call it the Internet of Things. But in forensic terms, it is a digital panopticon. A panopticon is a prison designed so that the inmates never know when they are being watched, so they eventually begin to police themselves. This is the institutional seduction of 2026. They tell you that you'll never have to wait for a bus again. What they don't tell you is that the bus will only stop for you if your centralized identity ledger shows that you are in compliance. We are seeing the rise of geo-fencing on a massive scale. The 15-minute city concept is sold as a way to have everything you need within walking distance. It sounds idyllic, it sounds human. But when you audit the underlying software, you find a logic bomb. If your city is divided into smart zones and your digital currency is programmed to only work in your zone, you haven't been given a neighborhood. You've been given a cell without bars. This is a zero-trust living environment. The system doesn't trust you to be a citizen. It verifies you as a unit of data. In the archive code, 1 Enoch 7, the Sentinel manuscripts describe how the Watchers taught humanity the arts of construction and ornamentation, not for beauty, but for the centralization of power and the extractions of the spirit. We are seeing the 2.0 version of this ancient science. To live in these cities, you must be indexed. You must have a biometric digital ID. This is where the global extraction model moves from your wallet into your biology. In these new urban environments, your face is your passport, your palm is your credit card, your gait, the way you walk, is your signature. This is continuous authentication. In a traditional audit, we check the books once a month or once a year. In a smart city, the system audits your existence every microsecond. It knows who you talk to, how long you stand in front of a shop window, and even your heart rate as you pass a political billboard. This level of data is not being collected for your safety. It is being harvested to fuel a predictive behavioral model. The Shadow Department uses this data to map the noise floor of human behavior so they can identify anomalies. People who still think for themselves. People who still value the unredacted truth. If you are an anomaly in a smart city, you become a security risk. The extraction here is your privacy, which is the fundamental requirement for human free will. Without privacy, there is no choice. Without choice, there is no soul. The Sentinel Archive warns us in Archive Code, Revelation 13, not of a mythical beast, but of a systemic architecture where the ability to interact with the economy is tied to a mark. In forensic terms, a mark is a unique identifier in a database, whether it's a chip, a facial scan, or a QR code. The logic is the same. No mark, no market. We are voluntarily building the walls of our own exclusion. We are trading our biological sovereignty for the efficiency of a contactless payment. To understand why this is happening, we have to look at the original ledger. Why did the architects of the 16th century redaction remove the specific details of the Tower of Babel from the Western mind? Because the Tower of Babel wasn't just a tall building, it was a centralized operating system. In the archive code, Genesis 11:4, the text says, "Let us build us a city and a tower, and let us make us a name." In the original Sentinel manuscripts, the word for name is related to a system of identity or authority protocol. They wanted to create a world with a single ledger a single language, and a single point of control. It was the first attempt at a global extraction model, and it failed because the human OS was designed to be decentralized and free. Now, thousands of years later, the Shadow Department is attempting to reinstall Babel. The line in the desert is a vertical city, a literal tower laid on its side, stretching for miles. It is a closed-loop system where every drop of water and every kilowatt of power is managed by a central AI. This is the systemic signature of the Watchers. In the unredacted canon, specifically in the Book of Enoch, archive code 1 Enoch 8, we are told that these Watchers taught humans the secrets of metals, enchantments, and the tracking of the stars. Today, we call it metallurgy, algorithm design, and satellite surveillance. The technology has changed, but the audit trail is the same. They want to pull humanity away from the natural decentralized creation and push us into a synthesized reality where they are the administrators. They laundered the archive so you wouldn't recognize that the smart city is actually an ancient capture protocol for the human spirit. The code is being exposed. Join the audit and help us protect the unredacted truth. Subscribe to the Sentinel. If this sounds like a systemic failure, it's because it is. But as an auditor, I know that every system has a security flaw. The flaw in the Smart City Trojan is that it requires your participation. We cannot just wait for the system to collapse. We must apply forensic solutions to our own lives right now. The first solution is cognitive sovereignty. You must stop accepting the seduction of convenience. If a smart feature requires you to trade your biometric data, refuse the trade. Use physical cash as long as it exists. Support local, unindexed markets that operate outside the digital grid. The second solution is information resilience. The Shadow Department wants you to rely on their filtered information floor. You must return to the unredacted canon, study the 81-book ledger, learn the archive codes that describe your true origin and your true power. Knowledge is the only asset. They cannot geofence. The third solution is decentralized community. The smart city wants to isolate you in a digital bubble. Break the bubble. Build real-world networks with other sentinels. Grow your own food, share your own resources, and create a parallel economy that doesn't require a facial scan to enter. In the archive code, 2 Corinthians 6:17, the directive is clear. Come out from among them and be separate. This isn't just religious advice. It is a tactical maneuver. To avoid the extraction, you must remove yourself from the ledger of the extractor. The Smart City Trojan only works if you let it into your gates. Once you recognize the Trojan for what it is, its power evaporates. You are a soul, not a data point. The heist on human history has moved from the books to the bricks. They are building the walls of the digital Babel right before our eyes. They are betting that you are too tired, too busy, or too seduced by smart gadgets to notice the bars being installed around your life. But the Zion Sentinel is watching. We have audited the blueprint and we have found the exit. The unredacted canon is not a relic of the past. It is the operation manual for the future. In our next file, we will audit the GMO heist, how the extraction has moved from the city streets into the very seeds of our food. We will show you how they are trying to patent life itself, and how the Sentinel archive warned us of this biological seduction millennia ago. The Shadow Department wants a world of zero trust. We are building a world of zero compliance. The archive is open. The audit is live. The choice is yours. This is the Zion Sentinel. Follow the truth. Protect the soul. Would you live in a 15-minute city? Tell us your forensic opinion in the command center below. Protect the soul. Follow the truth.